Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
Your Honor, the state is prepared to proceed.
Very well, we are on the record in BU 2025 TR 964, State of Kansas versus Thomas Lloyd Tucker. Jared Regier for the state. The defendant appears in person and by Attorney Darren Patterson, also in person from separate locations. Mr. Patterson, it looks like we have an amended information filed July 22nd of 2025. Count 1, circumvention of ignition interlock being the sole remaining count. How does your client wish to proceed? Mr. Patterson, I'm sorry, you're muted.
Sorry about that, Judge. Your Honor, pursuant to plea negotiations, state has agreed to file a second amended information alleging violation of KSA 8-1017, subparagraph A, subparagraph 1. To that second amended information, my client would enter plea of guilty.
A1, no person shall tamper with an ignition interlock device, circumvent it, or render it inaccurate or inoperative. Is that the statute?
Yes,
amending to?
paragraph A1, yes.
Okay. Mr. Regier, you agree that that's what you're amending to?
That would be the state's understanding of the plea deal, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Tucker, how do you plead to the charge of on or about the 3rd day of May 2025 in Butler County, then and there unlawfully operating a motor vehicle not equipped with an ignition interlock device during the restricted period in violation of KSA 8-1017, parenthesis small a, parenthesis 1, circumvention of ignition interlock, a class A non-person misdemeanor. How do you plead, sir?
Guilty to the amended.
Guilty to the amended charge. Is anyone making you enter this plea today by threats or promises other than the plea agreement?
No, ma'am. Just under the counsel, under my counsel.
Okay, you voluntarily choose to follow do you voluntarily choose to follow Mr. Patterson's legal advice?
Yes, ma'am.
He's not forcing you to enter this plea?
No.
All right. And you understand that with this plea of guilty, you're giving up your right to trial. There will be no trial. You will be found guilty and you will not be able to appeal your conviction. Do you understand that?
Yeah, yes.
No trial. Okay. All right. And are you pleading guilty because you believe you did in fact drive in Butler County on May 3rd of 2025 when you were supposed to have an ignition interlock and you didn't have?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you remember where you were driving?
Yes, I do.
Where was that?
I was southbound on Highway 77 at the train tracks. And I was sitting at the tracks and arms were down. Butler County Sheriff was on the other side of the tracks up front like me, but northbound. And I waited for the train. Train passed. Arms were going up. Lights were still on. Arms were all the way up, but the lights weren't completely off yet. And so I inched out, and as soon as I did that, then the lights went off, but the sheriff went ahead and pulled me over or flagged me over. And so I pulled off on the shoulder and pooped my pants while I was sitting there at the tracks, not because of seeing the sheriff by any means. I was just sick. And so the sheriff told me that I should have waited for the lights to go off on the arms gave me a warning, but had taken my license ID from me to tell me that I needed to, well, she said she wasn't going to take me to jail. Considered myself lucky this day that I wasn't going. Little did she know that I had just pooped all over inside my truck. Told me I needed to get someone else to come and get me and get the truck. And so I called my best friend. He came and got me and took me home, and then went back to get my truck.
Okay, and then you got a summons to come to court, and you did, and I
Yes,
know the
ma'am.
rest. Okay. So, and this was at the railroad tracks there in Augusta, Kansas,
Yes,
on
ma'am.
77. Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Oh, I should have been more clear.
That's all
I
right.
should. Okay.
No, you did very well. You did very well. And I thought that's what you meant when you said Highway 77. That's about all it could have been, but thank you. I just wanted to clarify that. So this happened in Butler County. I do have jurisdiction, and you've been very thorough about providing the details. The officers didn't just cite you with attempted ignition interlock device. She didn't do anything with she made a note on the ticket about the arms but she didn't cite you for that. So that's why I'm only asking you about the ignition interlock. And you did have a prior DUI that required you to have the ignition interlock. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
But you didn't. Okay. I will accept your plea and find you guilty, and recommendations for sentencing, Mr. Regier.
Yes, Your Honor. Pursuant to plea negotiations, the state is recommending a $200 fine, that the court determine appropriate costs, attorney fees, and a probation fee, that the court impose an 8-month underlying sentence subject to a year of probation.
And one other question, Mr. Regier, just out of curiosity, we've been calling this officer deputy I thought it was trooper Setscorn. Is Setscorn a deputy, or I'm just out of my curiosity?
Trooper, it's Seth Corney's trooper.
That's what I was thinking, but we've been calling her a deputy, so it's a trooper. Okay. All right. So, Mr. Patterson, anything further on the recommendations?
Judge, we just asked court to adopt the recommendations of $200 fine, 8-month sentence, and the request for the court was to consider a 1-year non-reporting probation. The reason being for that is Mr. Tucker has provided proof from Stephen's son's tire that he has been on the ignition interlock, has been paying for the ignition interlock since 2023, has made regular monthly payments every month, and I have records through September 2025. So that he has been trying hard to make sure that he follows those rules. I think there were some issues with when to remove it. But he's got all that figured out now, Judge. So we'd ask the court to consider a non-reporting probation.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Tucker, do you work at this time?
No, ma'am, I'm disabled.
I am going to give you a $200 fine and 108 court costs. I will waive your $250 attorney fees. But that means your total due will be $308. How much time do you need to pay that? 120 days be enough? That's about 4
Yes.
months.
Yes, ma'am. Propane, gotta get propane.
Yeah, got to get the propane, but that'll give you time to get propane and
Yes, ma'am.
start paying on this. Okay. All right. So your fine is 200, your court costs are 108, no attorney fees, total due 308 within 120 days. Your jail sentence is 8 months, but you won't have to serve that so long as you successfully complete probation for 1 year. It will be a non-reporting probation, so no probation officer, but no one to remind you to get your terms complied with either. So you have to remind yourself, don't violate any laws, watch those railroad tracks especially carefully now, make sure you're not speeding. and those sort of things. But if you get this $120, or if you get this $308 paid in 120 days and you don't violate any laws for the next year, you won't have to serve any jail time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, are you on or reporting probation for a DUI by chance?
No, I'm
Okay, good.
free and clear of that.
All right, good, because I'd hate to see you get your probation revoked and then get in trouble on this one. But as long as you don't violate any laws and you pay that with 120 days, a little as you go would be good, then you can close this case successfully too. Anything further, Mr. Regier?
Not from the state, Your Honor.
Mr. Patterson?
Nothing further, Judge.
All right, thank you. We'll be in recess. Mr. Tucker, you're excused at this time.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.